It is the day after Christmas 2019, and all is quiet. Or is it? I find out from my guests right after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Video Call-In Show, that show that invites you to be a live video guest on this program to talk about whatever you'd like to talk about, whether it be the topic of the day, could be a current event, could be a personal promotion, really anything. And tonight, especially so. Joining is real easy. All you've got to do is point your browser to zoom.us, click on Join a Meeting, enter in that meeting number right there. You will come up in my queue. And I will bring you up one at a time. First come, first serve. Now, there's also links just like that in the YouTube description box below. If this sounds... Oh, by the way, my name is Jim. I am your host of the Video Call-In Show, and I will be here for about the next hour. My job to listen and learn to and about you. Now, if that sounds like content that is right up your alley, why, make sure that you give us a follow, make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss another episode. We're on every Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern, with some special shows here, there, and all over the place. How is everyone this evening? Like I said, this is the day after Christmas, 2019, and I don't know about you folks, but I am beat. Let me say hello to these fine folks who've dropped by thus far. We've got Brandon Jackson. Hello, Brandon. How are you? Good to see you. I see Brandon is already in the queue. By all means, folks, pile up. I'll try to get to as many of you as I possibly can. American Gold Prospectors, how are you? Was second, of course. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Max Air 420. Hello, how are you? I don't believe yes, I believe I have seen that before. Rent to Grown, Claire, it's good to see you again. It's been a while. I am so happy to see you here, and I see you've got some ranting to do. That's quite all right. The Grumpy Vlogger, how you doing, Lloyd? Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. Bill 56 Bel Air, how are you, my friend? He asks, or he says, I want to be on your panel. Well, the panel show, Bill, is on Sunday night, 10 p.m., also 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just should say 10 p.m. Eastern Time, because we all know what a mess Standard Time and Daylight Time is. So we do observe Daylight Savings Time. So it's 10 p.m. Eastern Time. But, Bill, you know you're always welcome on that. Now, what I've done with my panel shows is I've decided to throttle them back just a bit and use them more for topic discussion with a group of people. I don't special invite anyone. So it's first come, first serve. I usually hold it down to about 6 to 9 people. And, it's been really nice for that panel show, because we've gotten into some really good discussions without getting deep or angry at anyone. So I was really pleased with that. I think I'm going to continue that. Who else do we have in here? We've got Jesse Mendez. Hello, Jesse. Good to see you, my brother. Rick, I've already said hello to you. Says follow the instructions. Claire helping out as usual. Thank you, Claire. Appreciate that. Hello, Susan Hamilton. How are you? Good to see you. As always, we've also got Ray Rassal. How are you, Ray? Good to see you, man. Josh Book, welcome. Manic Magic Trevor, how are you? That's Manic Magic Lives. For those of you who don't know. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. So, I'm just going to get this going. See, here's how this show works tonight. You got something you want to get off your mind. You got something. It could be happy. It could be sad. It could be a difficult time you're going through. By all means, bring it up. We'll talk about it and see where it goes. Sometimes, I think I've found, and most of you already have as well, it's nice to get some of these things off your chest, especially when it's something that you want to rave about, something you're very proud of. But even those things that are bothering us, it really helps to get those off your chest. And that's what this segment is all about. And I called it Therapy Thursday, but that's not necessarily true. It's not like I'm going to have this every Thursday. I'd like to be able to make this a convertible show that I could plug in any night. Promote it, of course, as a pre-show promotion, but keep it to that in that box, if you will, because I think it's great. It opens it up, and it doesn't it doesn't hold us down to any one specific subject. So having said that, let me bring up my first guest here and find out what's on his mind tonight. Had himself you, as always, and we'll just wait for him to recognize that he's on the button, if you will. But how is everybody's night going? How are you guys doing tonight? I'm always interested to hear. Make sure that everything's fine with you folks in chat. If you don't decide to come up and talk, please let me know in the chat. It's a great. Well, okay. Hello. Now I was going to say that's not exactly what I expected to see there, Brandon. Oh, and he's popped off. And he's popped off again. Mini me. That's quite all right. How you doing, Brandon?
Fine.
Good.
Feel like it. It was from a present with sweet snake, and then my mum thought, like, wait a minute, is it a hat? And then she put it on, and then she thought, it's funny. Child.
Well, is it a hat? I guess is still the question, though. Is it?
Yes, I think so.
Bend down a little bit, because what people may not be seeing, I've got to zoom you up, but there you go. People aren't seeing is that's Santa's legs. I do enjoy that as a hat, though.
Yeah.
And thank you for the Merry Christmas wishes, my friend. So what brings you on the show tonight? Do you have something you'd like to get off your chest, or do you have something just you want to talk about?
Well, pretty much. I've been asking for a dog for Christmas, and I got one.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome. What kind did you get?
I called him a beetle.
Beagle? Beagle?
Beagle.
Little brown, white, and black dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love beagles. I've had one beagle, and she was fantastic. That's awesome. And you're going to tell us the name, right? What'd you name it?
Wilson. After Castaway.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to wonder. Now, I can't see a beagle looking like a volleyball, but but I gotta admit, I love the name. It rolls right off the tongue. Where is the little bugger? Is it a puppy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it house trained yet?
We haven't got him yet. We're getting him in January.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Haven't seen him in person yet, but my mum's the first one to see him. I'm quite jealous. Like this small in your hand.
Oh yeah. Is it a boy or girl?
It's a boy.
A boy. Well, he'll be a little bit bigger in January. Not much, but a little bit bigger, and you'll need two hands for him for sure.
Yeah.
Is it a full-blood beagle? Do you know?
I don't know.
Don't know? Okay.
I haven't seen him.
Okay. That's fine. I was just wondering. How does it work? Maybe you don't know, Brandon. I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but in the States, we've got two different registration organizations, the AKC, and I forget what the other one is off the top of my head, that literally you can verify their bloodlines through those registration organizations. Do you have anything like that over there? Actually, I know you do, but is it?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, that's fine. No biggie. That's usually the first indication that it's real. Our dogs, when they come with papers, you know that they're full blood. Oh, and Rancho Grown's got a beagle too. Beagle Chihuahua, wiener dog mix. Oh my lord. That's okay. I can't imagine a beagle, Chihuahua, and wiener dog mix, Claire. That'll be interesting. We'll talk to her here in just a bit and find out more about that dog, I'm sure.
Well, obviously, when I get him, I'm making a YouTube channel for him.
Oh, are you? That's awesome.
I already organized Twitter and Instagram for him. When it's New Year's Day, when it's the countdown, I'm going to quickly open it up and press go. So it will be the first 2020 made channel.
The only downside of that is that you're going to have to manage it all. You know, it's the lack of opposable thumbs that make it so difficult for dogs to take control of their social media. I believe me, I've tried. I've had my dog, you know, that's got a Snapchat account, and it still doesn't even know its password. I'm kidding, of course. Well, how?
I got one present here.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you, how else did you? What other things did you get for the for Christmas?
AirPods.
Yeah.
Sweets, chocolates.
Of course, the earbuds.
A light up sign that says "on air."
Oh, nice, nice.
I'm gonna have that on the landing anytime when I'm going live, so when people come up from the stairs, they know to be.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Believe me, if there were more people in my house all the time, I would definitely have one of those. It'd be on a little switch right next to me.
If you're wondering how I got this,
yes, I was actually. You
I
didn't bite the
slipped on
puppy, did you?
No. I was walking home from the pub. Well, not my sister's dinner for her birthday.
Ah, okay.
And I had my hands in my pocket, and I did not get them out on time, and I falled.
Oh no! What did you
Straight
hit?
on my face.
Oh no! What did you hit?
Floor.
Just the ground, huh? Oh man!
Concrete floor.
Well, you're smiling, so it can't hurt that bad.
I do not cry. It's not like if I hit myself when I was young, I would be crying like mad.
Right. Yeah, but face planting is never fun. I think I would cry if I face planted.
My sister said to me, "You could have warned me more sooner to get out of the camera to film me."
We could do what?
Get out of the camera to film me falling.
Oh yeah. See that's when you have to run a camera all the time, man. Capture everything that you do, and then when you do catch one of those moments where I don't know, may not be a face plant, it could be something much more benign, but not any less hilarious. Then you've got it on video, man.
It's real funny, this hat.
It is funny. I love that hat. Well, listen, Brandon, I'm going to move on to my next guest, but thanks so much for sharing, man, and have fun with that puppy, will you?
Can't wait to see him.
Well, when you
by the way, Grumpy Vlogger, I love your videos. I love how you do it, where you go on your journey in your car. They're pretty good.
Lloyd's a great guy. He was on just a couple nights ago, as a matter of fact, talking about Christmas things. Yeah, that's. But like I said, man, when you get that puppy, make sure you come back on. You can show it to him. Show him to us. Sound good?
Yeah, can't wait for many more years of being on the show with you. If you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Not if it's every once in a while, I don't mind at all, man. You know that.
If days that I'm skipping, it might be me too tired to come on, or forget, or
Sure, I get it.
Or just busy in personal life.
Right. Life does get in the way. Well, enjoy the rest of your holidays if I don't talk to you, and thanks again for sharing, man.
Hope you have a lovely Boxing Day and Christmas and New Year.
Same to you, bud. Take care now.
Thank you.
You bet.
I'll go back to watching the show now.
There you go. Oh, great kid from the UK. And I can't wait to see that puppy, man. I love beagles. I know I could love Claire. I know I could love a tri-mix like that, Beagle, Chihuahua, and Wiener Dog. But I absolutely love beagles. She was partly my decision when we had our beagle. So 150-pound puppy. Oh Lord, that's Lloyd the Grumpy Vlogger's puppy. Jeez, that's far too large, Lloyd. For a puppy, that is. All right, we're gonna bring up our next guest as soon as he realizes that I've made it possible for him to actually come up.
I realized when you started screaming in my ear.
Was I screaming in your ear, man?
You're loud. You're loud on my end.
Oh, when I actually clicked to you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I just turn you down a little bit. I have a little control.
No camera tonight, Jess?
No, not tonight.
Oh, all right, no problem. We'll put you on with the little wave guy.
Okay.
How you doing, man?
Alrighty. So at 69 years old, I've got a ton of beefs and things to get off my chest. But
two things. Remember,
we're not gonna go.
No. Two things. Remember, my show is only an hour.
Yes. I know.
And it's a kind of a family show, but
no, I
not really.
Understand. Trust me. But we're gonna go with the current thing.
All right.
So for the last couple years, I've been hearing this term, your truth and my truth. Now, growing up, I only knew of one truth. I've known of different versions of the same thing, but there's always been only the truth. So I need someone to explain to me, come onto this panel or this show, or text, type, whatever, what is your truth and my truth?
You don't want to hear. You don't want to hear it from me. Is that what I'm hearing?
Sure. Oh yeah. I didn't know. I thought maybe you might be confused like me, but you know.
No. Here's my take on that, Jesse. I'm glad you.
Okay. So this is just your take. This is your truth.
No. This is how I see it. Really, that is, I think, part of what they're saying is not. Well, it's literally twofold. One is, yes, it's their opinion, which everybody has, and I don't know that you can call that a truth. Just because you hold an opinion doesn't make it true to anyone, really. And if you believe that your opinion is so correct for whatever reason, and infallible as it would be if it were a truth, that you've got something seriously wrong. Because that means that you're not listening. That means that you're not willing to learn. That means you're not willing to entertain other angles on that same, whatever that subject might be. The other thing is, I think it gives people license to shut down. It gives them license.
Shut down, or they shut somebody down?
Well, by literally saying, I'm not going to listen to you anymore because I have my own truth, by extension, shuts down conversation. But I think that their goal is to live in their own self-regulated bubble and have no desire whatsoever to explore other options. So it gives them license to do that. And if you want to remain in what you think is a comfort, or in a comfort zone virtually, then I think that you're doing yourself, and of course others, but more importantly yourself, a huge disservice by shutting that dialogue down. I don't know. You think I'm close to? Think I'm close to the truth? See what I did there?
Well, that kind of explains a little bit about it. So, and that was, actually my thinking also. That's, just because you believe that what you believe is to be true doesn't mean that it is true. So it really, it's a thing that bothers me when people say, well, this is my truth. Well, wait a minute. That doesn't mean it's true.
No.
Let's not assume that what you're saying is absolutely true. And right is for stopping conversations.
Mm-hmm. And I knew you kind of knew that, or felt that way, which is why I kind of looked at that as a rhetorical question, because it seems almost intuitive that that it's designed to shield people from differing opinions.
Right.
And like I said, I think it's a horrible path to go down for anyone to just say, at any moment, that's my truth and that's how it is, and I there's nothing I can change because I have literally labeled it a truth.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's,
my truth.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I feel so much better.
Well, good.
Someone agrees with me. It's such a
confirmation bias.
yeah. I mean, I believe what I believe, and that's all I believe.
Yeah, yeah, and you'll never grow doing that. I mean, you'll literally never grow as a person, locking yourself out like that.
Yes. We talked about stagnation as you get older.
Yeah, yeah. And I really feel bad for people that look at the world that way. I honestly do. Of course, I blame the parents and the schools, but what are you going to do?
And again, that's kind of, you got to blame each individual person, because fortunately, as human beings, we are free thinkers. So, I mean, because I think I've said this before, you can be the perfect parent, but you'll never be the perfect parent to your kid, because they'll always have something that they don't like about you, because you're their parent, and you have to,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I always like my friends' parents better than I like my parents.
How true, man. That says a lot, because a lot of people do. I mean, there's no question about that. But they're supposed to be that way.
Right, exactly. We weren't put out here to be your friend.
No. And your parents' friends are virtually your friends. They have no jurisdiction in that locale.
Right.
So
That's why they're more fun.
Yeah. Although I always found it very useful to be the sheriff, no matter who was in my jurisdiction. So when when the kids had kids over, why? No. These are the rules over here. And if you don't follow them, you suffer the consequences.
My son and daughter didn't have friends over. In fact, their friends didn't like coming over.
Well, certainly it was because
I'm a nice guy. I don't understand. This is,
Well, I same thing with some of my friends too. They wouldn't come over because of my father.
Right. But hey, it makes it really nice at home.
It does, nice and quiet. Hopefully, Jesse, you and I and people like us talking about this will change, because, like you said before, it's ultimately the fault of the individual. Right. Even if you weren't taught that, certainly there are avenues to learn that if you're just listening.
Right. If you're paying attention if you're paying attention to your surroundings, to you yourself, that's something you should learn through experience.
Absolutely.
So don't blame your parents. Don't blame anybody else. Don't blame the government. Of course, the government does a lot wrong, but it's still
blame the government. Blame the government for what they're directly responsible for, which is a lot, by the way.
It is. I have no doubt. But that's not beyond our control either.
It's true. That's true.
That's not beyond our control either. Our whole lives are within our control.
Yeah, that's like.
And it doesn't matter where you fall on the spectrum.
No,
you're still in control. To some degree.
Right. And it's like you can piss and moan all you want to, as long as you're trying to change it. If you're not trying to change it, stop pissing and moaning.
Right. Just change it.
Yeah, just change it.
I mean,
just change it.
Simplistic. I say this as kind of a simplistic way. Your day goes according to how you want it to go.
That's true.
If you get up in the morning and you decide you just don't feel like doing anything, you don't. If you get up in the morning, and you can get up in the morning and feel that way, but then all you gotta do is, simplistically change the channel, tune in a different radio station, and enjoy it. The difference between, oh man, it's raining outside, or oh man, let's get the umbrella, go out and play.
Yeah. Attitude, man. You're talking about attitude. It's all in your attitude.
Yes, sir.
And you are the only one that control your attitude. Even if somebody pisses you off, it's up to you to control what the result of that is.
So can you hear all the millennials and younger ones going, "Okay, boomer."
Well, not all of them, but some of them for sure.
So on that note, I'm gonna let you get to your next client.
All right. Well, thanks, client. Well, thanks for getting that off your chest, Jesse.
No problem.
We'll see you, buddy.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, man. But that's such a great subject to bring up. By the way, Frozen Fury, how are you? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And thanks for the like. I appreciate that. By the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't followed yet, go ahead and follow. And by all means, share if you feel so inclined. I do appreciate it. All right, let's move on to my next guest. You know her, you love her. I have to find her lower third. There it is.
Sorry, I was checking platforms.
Oh, you're not late or anything. How you doing, Claire?
Hey, I'm doing good. Give me just a second.
Sure.
I brought my track out.
Oh, awesome.
I'm on it tonight.
On it.
Okay.
Got a garage view.
I was saying in the chat earlier, I was sitting here, you know, I'm on my phone, and so I have to switch from YouTube to Zoom to like figure out when I'm up or whatever. So while I was sitting here, I was playing with my tripod because I'm thinking about ordering a new one with some of my Christmas money. You know, I've got a 5-foot tripod, and I wanted a 6-foot one to do a couple of different multiple angle things. And this one that I've got is just a cheap Ravelli tripod. I've had it for more than 2 years, I think. And it's done really good. It's got paint on it. I've broken it a lot. I'm on my 3rd phone holder for it.
Nice.
Because they off like nobody's business. I've super glued it back together a lot. I've left it in the snow a lot. But it's been a really good tripod for me. It's still completely functional. But I was looking, and I was just going to buy another Ravelli tripod because it's been so good for me, and I can pick up a 6-foot one for about $33, which is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was sitting here, I was like, I thought I had bought a 6-foot one. And I was sitting here looking at my tripod, and I found this handy little crank handle, and then all of a sudden, it just goes. It goes up. So I've had a 6-foot tripod this entire time, and I had no idea.
It's a Christmas miracle. Oh, that is too classic.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's my big revelation. I went inside and told Matthew, like, hey, you don't have to buy another one now. And I was like, I guess not. I can use my tiny tripods for any other angles I want, but I feel so dumb.
Oh, you shouldn't. Look at all the usefulness you've got out of that. And then I imagine that one wasn't much more expensive than the one you're looking at. So, man, you've made out like a bandit, even though you didn't know that functionality existed.
I had no idea.
Oh, but that's awesome. That is awesome.
Got my 6-foot tripod.
Got your I'm telling you, it's a Christmas miracle. Oh, but you didn't come on to talk about your 6-foot tripod, did you?
I didn't. Okay. You know how I come on here and I talk about the most optimal things?
Sometimes, yes.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am. Wait. Let me take a drink.
Get you. Cheers.
Cheers. So, shameless plug. Okay. I am ready, Claire. Lay it on me. Lay it on us.
Diapers are too expensive.
Hell, you say.
Yeah.
Wait.
All right. So I don't have kids yet, but it's something I'm really passionate about. I do a lot of research on baby products, and like I watch these videos where people talk about their must-haves and the things that they wasted money on and that kind of thing to decide what I'm going to want and what I'm going to buy, because I'm always like shocked when people tell me that babies are so expensive, because I don't think that's inherently true. Depending on your insurance situation and your financial situation, there's a big cost in like expelling the child and, you know, all of that. But especially if you're fortunate enough to breastfeed and that's something that you want to do, you don't need a lot of extra fluff for the first 6 months to a year of their life, you know? And so I've narrowed my list down to a few things that I want. I'm not going to tell anybody what I'm having, so when they give me stuff, it's going to be gender neutral, and I can recycle that.
Wait. You skipped over a giant portion of this conversation.
I'm getting back to it.
Oh, okay.
So the big thing is, the big caveat is, kids are expensive because they have like desires and things. Babies are not, but we make them more expensive by diapering them in disposable diapers.
Yes, you're talking about the excess of convenience.
Yes, and like, it blows my mind. I was babysitting for a friend of mine the other day, and she had me run up to the store real quick before she left for work to pick up some Pampers for the baby. She has a 2-month-old and a 2-year-old. They're both still in diapers. And she had me go pick up a small pack of size 1 diapers for her 2-month-old. And I think it was a pack of 12 diapers, and it was $10. That's almost $1 a diaper. And I can't.
And that's going to be at least a couple a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's the peeingest child I've ever seen in my life. And he really size 2, but I didn't tell her that. I'm not here to critique her at all.
Sure.
I did tell her he needed to go up on nipple size, though. He was very trying to get the milk out.
Well, who doesn't?
But anyway, it just blows my mind. I had already decided that I wanted to try to do cloth diapering, and I wanted to, for an environmental aspect, but also a cost aspect. I can't pay $8 a day for my child to have something to poop in. I can't do it, Jim. I can't do it.
Honey, I hear you. I absolutely hear it, and I commend you for that. Hell, you're a homesteader, so I would almost expect that to be a given. And it's even less expensive than most people think, because you get a supply. You can even hand wash them and save on water and the electricity from because I've seen it done, and it's not as hard as people make it out to. Yeah, it's crap, but there are so many ways to save money on that respect.
First of all, if you're breastfeeding, newborn baby poop is basically cheese.
Oh yeah.
So it's fine. But second of all, they make these little sprayers you hook onto the freshwater intake for your toilet, and it's just a poo sprayer for your cloth diapers.
Nice.
So you most of it off that way, and I'm not planning on hand washing any dirty diapers. God willing, I will if I have to. But for the cost of a crate of diapers, I can get an entire line of like a whole size range of diapers, and
cloth.
I can't with these disposable diapers. I can't.
Well, then don't.
Expensive.
Yeah, don't. I say don't. Absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, like you said, it's actually environmentally conscious as well, because all they do is literally clog up landfills with shit. No, we don't need any more of that.
Right. Did you know that before you throw them away, even disposable diapers, you're supposed to get the poo out before you throw it away? Just nobody does that?
No, they don't. I didn't know that, but no, they don't. I know that from experience.
They put a poo sprayer in their house.
No, I don't even know anybody that does. I don't know anyone with a bidet.
I don't think I do either. But anyway, that's been on my heart today, because this poor woman that I know, this is a single mom with 2 kids, and her baby daddy's in jail, and she's struggling financially, and I was over there helping her keep her kids because her babysitter was see you next Tuesday. It was a whole thing. I went and bought these diapers, and I was like, woman, this is why you're broke. But you're working full time, and you're up all the time, and your boobs hurt, and I understand why you're buying these disposable diapers. I understand. But this is why you're broke.
Yeah.
Because you're spending more on diapers than you're spending on rent right now.
Yep.
And that blows my mind.
I know. I'm so with you. And I have to ask, maybe I shouldn't ask, but you're like I said, I think you've glossed over something, or maybe I missed it.
Okay, sorry.
Are you expecting now?
Oh, no. My friends and I were talking about it the other day. Because we're girls and we do that.
Yeah.
and we were talking in the group chat, and I was like, did we all make it out of 2019 without getting pregnant? And we were all like, yeah. And my friend was like, periods are like Pokemon. I caught them all. I caught all 12 for 2019. And it was the greatest conversation I've had in my life. So no, I'm not currently expecting. I don't expect to expect for a few years, but it is a thing I'm passionate about. And I plan on having an entire gaggle of children when I can, you know, whether I adopt them or what. But yeah, diapers are too expensive. That's my takeaway from today.
Diaper rent is too damn high.
It's so high. It's so high. And I can't, you know. Anyway.
Well, like I said, you don't have to. And I think you're the type of person that would be just fine. In fact, you'd be comfortable knowing that, one, you weren't wasting money, two, you were saving the environment, and three, you're making use of you know, the resources around you, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So, no,
yeah.
Go for it. Did this help? Getting this off your chest?
I guess so. No. I was talking to another friend of mine about this before your show popped up live, and that's what made me think about it, because I was just ranting and raving to her, and she has just had her last baby, and she has cloth diapered all four of her kids. And so she was like, I'm done. I'm giving away all my baby stuff. As soon as he's out of diapers, you're welcome to have my entire stash. Just it's a tote full. Just take them and put them in storage and keep it, and that'll keep you from having to even buy them in the first place. And I was like, yes, girl, you know me. Thank you.
Just know from experience that you will want to have just a few of whatever the right size is at the time on hand of the disposables when you're like out and traveling and stuff. Believe me, it comes in real handy. But beyond that.
Yeah, especially like if somebody else is keeping my kid, like if my dad is babysitting or something, he's not.
Yeah.
He would pay any amount of money and clog up any landfill to not have to handle it any more than necessary. So, yeah.
Oh, man, I happen to be in this camp, and now I'm ashamed.
You gotta get down dirty with it. You're saving the world one butt at a time. I even want to do like homemade wipes, and she has a recipe. My friend has a homemade recipe for wipe solution, and she has all these little pre-fold flannels, and you fold them all accordion-like, and just pour that solution on it and let it seep through.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That is cool. Yeah. Wow. I didn't even think about that. Of course, you know, I don't think about changing diapers much, but
yeah. He's older than me, isn't he?
Who's that? Oh, yes, my boy is older than you. It's been a while. It's been a while, Claire. Although we got the grandchild, but my wife's so enamored that she spends every waking moment she can when the girl's over, and I don't think I could change a diaper if I muscled my way in there.
Now.
What's that?
How old is your grandbaby now?
She's 2 years old. She just turned 2 in it's October, I believe, because that's my wife's birthday month. Yeah.
Yeah. What does she call you?
Papaw.
Papaw. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, and it just melts your heart. I'll come downstairs, like I've only been gone for like 5 minutes, and the moment she sees me, if I'm going to like from out from the garage or upstairs, Papaw, and it just melts your heart.
I love that. All of my little cousins, because I'm the oldest child, but I was also the first grandchild on both sides, and my parents are both each 8 years older than their siblings, so there was quite an age gap between me and my cousins.
Oh, yeah.
So when they came, they all came at once, just in bunches. But now I'm the oldest of 13 first cousins, and like I have just innumerable. It's like my big fat Greek wedding, but with redneck. So they're everywhere. But my cousins can't say Claire, so they call it Quail. It's cute.
But there are worse things.
Oh yeah, Quail is not the worst thing. My sister is Rachel, but she's Wachel. and that's fine. But it's not as cute as quail.
I love it, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. So, not for several years, huh? I'm
Yeah.
mildly disappointed.
Do what?
I'm mildly disappointed.
Oh, well, you know, I want to be married first, you know, if at all possible. So, you know, I mean, if it happens before then, it happens before then, whatever. But, you know, I'm wanting to do a few things before I get married, and it'll probably be 2 years or so before we get married. And I want to be married for a year or so before we go into having kids, just to make sure that we're not part of that, you know, we regret it immediately party. So after that, so I mean, if we got married in 2 years, it'd be at least almost 4 years before my first kid was actually born. So we'll see.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it might happen before then, but I doubt it.
Well, I want to tell Matthew to shit or get off the pot, but sounds like you guys already
Holding it up, it's me.
Oh, I was thinking you guys have a plan, and that's awesome because most people don't, you know, go into this without a plan. So I commend you for that, and I won't berate Matthew for that.
No, because it's my fault. I'm the one that wants to wait.
Well, you're going to make a great mom, Claire. Honestly, I can just feel it.
I hope so. You know, like Jesse was saying earlier, you know, you try to be the best parent you can be, and you can be the best, but you're not necessarily going to be the best to them. But I think that, you know, just the fact that I worry about it and I worry about doing right by my kids means that I do have their best interest in mind. And you can't say that for a lot of people. I mean, not nearly all of them anyway. So, you know, I'm hoping that they don't feel cheated by ending up with me as their mom. That's the end goal. Anything above that very low bar is perfectly fine with me.
Well, knowing you, I don't even think that's possible. So that's something you can shove off your plate, honestly, and just what I've heard from you is that well, one, I know a little bit about your background. So when you have a background like that, you have such a great body of things not to do, as well as things to do, right? And that I think is invaluable, especially when you start having your own. Now, you've got to reflect every once in a while, because it's real easy to become your parents.
Yep.
No matter how good or bad they were, it's super easy. In fact, it's almost a given. So you've got to self-examine every once in a while and make sure that you're doing what you know is right, rather than what your brain is telling you, you know, you should, you know what I'm talking about.
You know, I have really pretty good parents, you know, so if I fall into that, I was even talking to my sister before the holidays about how I texted and I said, I think mom just came out of my mouth because I just said this thing, and I've never said it before in my life, but I so understand why she harped it all the time. And what it was I was having a disagreement with somebody, and they said something back to me in a tone that was supposed to indicate that it superseded my argument, but it didn't. It was completely non sequitur, but they said it with such confidence, and they were so sure that it was going to make a difference. And I was like, yeah, but that didn't change what I said. And my mom said that all the time. Yeah, but that didn't change what I said. And like, that's her thing. And I was like, oh my God, it was just my mother.
You can't help it. You can't help it. And that's a great line too, because that means you were listening. I love that.
Yep.
Well, listen, Claire, I've got one more in the wings here, and I got 15 minutes left in the show, but thanks for coming on and sharing that with us. I know you're going to do great.
Thanks. Just don't pay too much for diapers. If anybody takes anything away from this, consider cloth diapering. Yes,
for all of us. Oh, and invest in a breast pump, because that's going to save you money as well.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that. I'm gonna have a onesie that says boob barnacle and be great.
And that's where we leave this one. Oh, Claire, I hope you had the good holiday, and I hope the rest of them are well, good as well. Thanks so much, honey, for coming up and sharing with us.
All right, bye, Jim.
Take care. We had to leave it on that one. We absolutely had to leave it on. I wouldn't have felt good about leaving it anywhere else. You know, that's the thing about parenting. When you have somebody who's thinking that far ahead and that to that degree, you know they're going to be good parents. Parents always make mistakes. There are no perfect parents, but you can tell the ones that are going to take all those things into consideration and do the best that she can with that. Have I missed anyone here? I see a whole bunch of new people. We got Ken at the Kentucky fam. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Hello, Ganna. Welcome. Gemma's Journey Grace. Good to see you. Who else have I missed? Tara. Welcome to the show. There's 400 AGL. Welcome. Arco Drone Solutions. Howdy. And we've also got Above and Beyond Drones. How you doing, Jim? Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Mark, how you doing from Facebook? Moved out of that hood. Yes, Pork and Shirley are still alive. And I know you moved out, dude. This is Mark from Facebook, an old friend of mine. And Pat, who's doing great as well, as you probably know, Mark. But yeah, Pork and Shirley are still alive. Doing real well. They're still in the same house, dude. Still in the same house. Still kicking. Thanks for being here, bud. I appreciate that. Mary Carter, how you doing? Good to see you again. Who else have I missed here? Was that really for Pork and Cheryl, Mark? Yes, really. They are really still alive, which is awesome. They're still great people. View this. There we go. View this. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you as well. That's Tony, of course. All right, let's get to this last guest here. And I don't think this is your first time on. I was sure. Let me see if I've got you in my list here. I do not. I've got to create this one. But can you hear me yet? We'll give him a moment. Well, I see your microphone, and I of course can see your video, and I can hear you. Can you hear me yet? Doesn't appear as though you can hear me. Let's see. Going to have to remember to add this to the list. So, can you hear me, Bill? Testing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. You mean I made it?
You made it. Make sure that you mute the YouTube video and listen only to the Zoom. And we should be A-okay, my friend.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Fantastic. Bill, how are you, my friend?
Oh, wait a minute, I lost you.
Oh, you lost me? That's okay.
Hold on.
While we're waiting on...
There we go.
Okay, before we get to this, I want to say hello to Arthur Moorhead. How you doing, Arthur? If I missed you guys, make sure that you jump on the chat and tag my name, and I'll definitely say hello, because I want to say hello to everyone that comes in the show. So, hey, Bill, how are you, man?
Man, I'm doing great. It's good to see you. I've tried several times to get you, and I never could do it.
Finally, it works. So, what brings you to the show tonight, Bill? This is Bill 56 Bill. Of course, I've got the lower third on there. What brings you to the show tonight, Bill?
Well, Jim, I'll tell you, I'm an old man. I'm 74, soon to be 75. And the subject you had tonight about getting it off your mind, maybe I probably shouldn't have, but I will.
I left it wide open, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, you did, buddy.
That's all right. I can take it, Bill. Lay it on me, man.
Well, what it is, Jim, is I get this, every year Social Security gets this letter about your raise.
Yeah, your benefits. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, this year, by God, I got a 1.6 raise my Social Security. Man, I was really happy about that.
Uh-huh.
Well, then my Medicare went up, and after Medicare went up, my Social Security went down. After all was said and done, I got a $7 raise on my Social Security.
So it's virtually a wash.
Well, yeah, it happens every year.
Ain't
Your
that?
Social Security goes up, but your Medicare goes up and takes all your raise away from you. What is these old people like me supposed to do?
I don't know, man, but that is such a government sort of thing to happen right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I've worked all my life.
Paying into it.
Yep, paying into it. You know, you can't complain sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, at least it is there, but it's like anything else, Bill. Nobody can manage your money like you can. It's like, would you hand your, even your best friend, would you hand your best friend $20,000 and say, go buy me a good a car with that? You think he's going to get as nice a car with that $20,000 as you would if you went out and got a car?
Yep.
Nope.
Well, Jim is like this. If I have not saved a little bit every week out of my whole life, I did a little bit out of my paycheck every payday, I put it in the bank and I saved. If it had not been for that, I'd be on welfare right now.
Yeah. Which is a great lesson for all of us youngsters out there. Save your money. Save your money. If you don't put it in a 401k, at least hold back some every paycheck. Start now. I don't care if you're 21 years old. Start now, and you'll be comfortable when you go to retire.
Exactly, Jim. And I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
But I did manage to save a little bit every week out of my paycheck and put it away. And if not that, I just had cancer surgery right there.
Oh. Uh-huh.
And that was $150,000.
Whew, man. Good Lord.
And do you think Medicare paid for all that?
Not all of it, no.
Way, brother.
No. Wow. Is did they get it all?
Well, we hope.
Don't know yet. Okay. That is how that goes a lot of times. Well, my fingers are crossed, man, that they got it all.
But the thing is, Jim, is why in the world does the government give you a raise and then take it all back?
Well, 1, because it's not their money. 2, it looks great on the books. And 3, we're all numbers to the government, man. We're just numbers.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. And now you think if they were in your position, they'd do that? If they had the power to raise or raise Medicare and give you a raise at the same time, which makes it a wash, do you think if they were in your position, they'd do the same thing? Nope, they wouldn't. But they're not. These are a bunch of dudes who went in and became millionaires, and now they're making laws for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay, they can't relate.
Everybody in the power, all the government employees, they get all this health care free. They don't pay for that crap.
Right. And they never will for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
It's bullshit, man.
I'm sorry, Jim. It makes me angry.
It makes me angry, too. Believe me, Bill, it does. It makes me angry as well. But it could be worse. It could have already collapsed, and all that money we put in, we wouldn't get back. So if there's any amount of a bright spot, that would be it. At least it's something. Right?
Yeah, they could give us nothing.
That's right. They're good enough to lose it all, man.
I mean, look at Venezuela. They
Oh,
get nothing.
yeah. Yeah, there's a whole heap and helping of bad things that could happen to that money, which people already say is happening, but at least for now, the people that have put into it are getting that money back. So that is at least something. I have to look for a silver lining, Bill. You know that.
Well, God knows the only thing we can do is, of course, I won't be around much longer anyhow. But,
oh, you got plenty of time, man.
What we can do is hope that things get better.
Yeah. And who knows? It might. It's happened before. And shoot, Bill, you could have plenty of time left. Like I said, I got in-laws that are doing great in their 90s. Yeah. Don't ever sell yourself short, man.
Well, look, Jim, I'll kick off then. But look, man, I appreciate you having me.
Well, anytime, Bill. Thanks for coming up, and I hope if nothing else, you got it off your chest short term, and you're looking at that silver lining. As small as it is, at least it's that, right?
Yeah, you bet, brother.
All right, Bill. Thank you, man. Take care, buddy.
Good night.
Good night. Whoops, wrong way. Try that again. There we go. Now, Bill's been in the chat for many a moon. What? Joy Rising. Wait. Where'd that come from? Where did that come from? Little known fact there. Mark's talking about a former girlfriend of mine years ago, and we're talking about I don't know, 15, 16 years old, Mark. I missed most of that conversation. Well, at any rate, that's my last guess for this evening. Guys, what did you think of this format? I kind of liked it. I love hearing about, or I love listening to people get things off their chest, because we're all burdened by something. I've got mine that as I go through these, I'll end up talking about those things that I want to get off my chest, as Peter Griffin said, with the things that really grind my gears. But not for tonight. I missed a lot in the chat. I'm gonna have to go back and watch or read some of that. Oh, Chills TV, how you doing? Look, I do have some folks that I have not said hello to. Will, how you doing? Good to see you. Luke Duke Outdoors. We got Pixel Pia teaching and learning. How you doing, Pia? Where is Danny Black? He's no longer blacked out from my last show where he was taking shots every time I laughed. Kenny Stipp, dude. Am I missing some chats from Facebook? Because these are all people from my childhood, man. Okay, I could sit and dwell on that for hours, but I can't, because we're at the top of the hour, and as you know, I only do this about 1 hour weeknights, and that's Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Shameless plug. Guys, make sure that you don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and ring that bell so you get a notification. We're talking about YouTube. If you're watching on DLive and or what's the other one? Twitch. Make sure you give us a follow, and of course, if you're on Facebook, like it and share. Share, everyone. Share all of these things if you would, if you feel so inclined. So yeah, I plan on doing these quite a bit. I'll pop them in at random, maybe whenever I don't feel like broaching a particular subject, so you guys have a chance to jump in no matter what's on your mind. But for now, I'm going to call it a night. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I had a lot of fun with this. And I hope you guys did too. B-Lady Apiary 9992, how are you? Good to see you. I'm signing off, though, honey. I got to have you up here on the show sometime soon. Anyway, as I always say, I want to leave you with this. Make sure that you treat others the way you would want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a great place. Folks, happy holidays. Have a good evening. We'll see you Sunday, and we'll see you live.